You're making me sweat. Today I'm going to be breaking down the production behind my new single, Sweat. The song came out about 2 weeks ago, and the support that I've already been receiving on it is absolutely insane, so thank you so much if you've listened, and if you haven't already, I highly encourage you do. The song turned out to be one of my favorite songs I think I've ever produced and written, and just all of it, so I'm really excited to break it down for you guys. And I also did a little behind the scenes interview with American Songwriter if you want to learn more about like how the song came to fruition. But without further ado, I guess let's just jump right into this. So the intro was just like this little finger-picked guitar. And then I layered like a train station noise behind it. It had like some footsteps in there just because I feel like it gives it a really nice like feel to the song, and when you press play it's like you're kind of immersed in it, which is what I love doing. And that carries straight into the vocal, so I'll break down my chain that I used on this. It's just compression, EQ, and a preamp. And I also threw on a tape echo because I wanted like that live vocal feeling. I threw Soothe 2 on just to kind of take some of the like de-ess it a little bit. There's a reverb. So this is what the vocal sounds like without the chain. You'll start a fire. You'll watch me burn. And then you put the chain on. You'll start a fire. And it just kind of elevates it. You'll watch me burn. So I did a lot of like little vocal elements as well. These are just some hums that I panned. I guess I didn't pan them. Then there's this little, just like a transition, and that just has reverb on it, like a ton of reverb. So moving into like the second verse. You tear me to pieces, rip the skin and break my bones. So this is when I kind of introduced a lot more instrumentation, most noticeably the drums. Isaac Worley tracked these. He's an incredibly talented musician. And I also introduced a piano going into the second part. Then it's just like a few notes, just super low down to give it kind of like a moody feel. And then layering that with the bass. And then there's like this little electric like wow that I threw in. And then I also stacked some acoustic strums with that and some electric strums. So I did some additional processing. I recorded the guitar through a tube, but then I couldn't get the exact tone I wanted, so I just threw on a flanger, some fuzz, an EQ, compressor, reverb. Here's what it sounds like. Pieces, rip the skin and break my bones, and I'm starting to love it, and I wanna take you home. Okay, so going into this next section, and gave it a really, really nice feeling pocket, which I absolutely love. And so you layer those drums with pretty much the same guitar. And you already have an insane groove. And then I did some more of that just like little shiny guitar transition. I got to record a really funky bass line. And when you pair that kind of with the drums and the guitar, and then I just stacked some more acoustic strumming into it. This is just playing the same thing as the electric. And you have like this really, really fun groove. Vocal is just kind of the same thing. But I can't get enough of it. I'm losing my breath. So then that takes us into the next section. I also wanted this section to kind of introduce the idea of a guitar solo, and that's what this little line is. And then this next section brings us back in and reintroduces all of the instruments. Kind of just doing the same thing. If I ask you, will you know? 'Cause I'm loving the affection. I also added an additional guitar melody here. I want it to be super twangy too. Just like super groovy, and I think I captured it great. There's just some more additional transitions throughout the song. I recorded these with one of these things. It's just like a little slide you put on your finger, and then you can slide down the guitar, and you don't get super aggressive note changes. It kind of resembles a lap steel, but it's not a lap steel. And then for the bass on these little parts, I added in like a little extra lick. Just to add a little bit more movement. There's not really like a bridge for the song. Don't wanna let you go. But then this takes us into the end. In the end, oh, you're making me sweat. But I can't get enough. I brought in some like gang vocal harmonies. You're making me sweat. They don't need to be perfect. I especially love this ending. I wanted it to feel dissonant and like it was building up to something, but then the song just ends. I think something about that felt really cool and really right for the song. And then in addition to that, I tracked like a little guitar riff that goes into a solo. And then you pair that with the same guitar from earlier. You have like this really angsty, moody feel. I added a little bit of white noise for each of the choruses just to kind of add some space in there. And then also this riser that goes in to the final part. I did just the same acoustic strumming from earlier. And then I also added in some harmonies just to kind of carry us. And then I also added an organ just because it felt right for the song. Changed the piano a little bit for the end. I did like a little tap high part because it just gives some nice movement. And then it just kind of fades out back to that intro little finger pick. So yeah, that's really all there was to it. The song would not have been what it is if Isaac didn't track drums for it or if Josh didn't kill it on the mix. So I'll be sure to link those two down in the description, and I highly encourage you go check out their work because they're both incredible musicians. But yeah, this was the breakdown of Sweat. And in addition to this series, I also do a different series where I kind of take a popular song and turn it into my own production style. So if there's a song you want to see me do for that, definitely leave a comment and I might check it out. And if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel as it really does help me out. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.